If someone is successful, not once, not twice, but consistently in anything, they're not lucky, they have a strategy. They may not even know their strategy, but they have one. And if you study them, you can figure out what it is, and you can save yourself decades of trial and error learning.
Passion is not an actionable word. It's correct, that those who do the things that they're passionate about do better, but it's not helpful advice. And so the question is, where does passion come from? Passion is a result. Passion is an energy. Passion is the feeling you have when you're engaged in something that you love. Passion is the feeling you have that you would probably do this for free, and you can't believe somebody pays you to do it. And I think we mistake that passion is something we do in our private lives, but it shouldn't be done, in our careers, for example. And I'm a firm believer that you are who you are. And anybody who says, I'm different at home than I am at work, in one of those two places, you're lying. And the goal is to make everything you do in home and at work something that you have excitement to do. So how do you find the things that you're excited to do? Well, it's actually easier than you think. What are the things that you love to do? What are the things that you would do for free? How can you recreate that feeling and be paid for it? So what are the things that I do on the weekend, right? I'm very involved in the art world. I love to go to museums and galleries, but I love to go see dance and performances because I want to see how others are interpreting the world. So that inspires me. New ideas, new thoughts, new ways of looking at the world are things that interest me privately, and I seek it out and pay money for it, right? So does that mean I have to have a career in the arts? No, it means I have to have a career where new ideas are explored, where people are experimenting and trying things out, and I have to explore new ideas and try things out, and I'm just as excited to go to work every day as I am to, go do something on a Saturday night. And so the idea of finding your passion is ironically simple because you should be doing stuff that you enjoy sometimes. What is the stuff that you enjoy, and then what is the stuff that you love? Who are the people that you love, and what do they all have in common?
Create a goal-setting plan. The most important part of this plan is clarity. Be clear about what you want out of your career and for your future. The more specific, the better. What will your role at the company look like in 1, 5, or 10 years? Also, it's important to be realistic with your goals. You don't expect to be promoted in 6 months, so don't write that down. Wishful thinking is different than goal setting. Commit to what you are writing down. The only way you will succeed is by believing in your goals and yourself. Share some of your goals with others for increased accountability. It is beneficial to find a mentor within your company, a person with a role you aspire to. Ask questions. How did they get there? What can I do to succeed in my role? Lastly, give yourself time to accomplish your goals. You have to create the right conditions for success, and realistic time frames is the first step. What we do is we trade our labor for money, and then we trade that money for the labor of other people. So if you want to be paid more, promoted faster, or increase your earning ability, you have to increase the value of the work that you do. There's no other way. In our world today, we do not have an income gap, we have a skills gap. The whole subject of inequality is unfortunately self-determined. People decide to be unequal to others, especially in earning ability, because they decide to stop learning and growing and becoming better in their field. The thing about money and the science of money is that you can have all the money you want and earn it honestly by contributing value to other people. By doing things for other people that are valuable, important, and help them get the results that they want and they will pay you for. This is the basis of money. When you start a business, it's very similar. When you work for a company, it's the same thing. But money is merely a method of exchange for the quality and quantity of your work, which enables you to buy the quality and quantity of work from others. So before we wrap up on this subject, I'd like to leave you with a thought to share with your friends and followers. It's simply this. If you want to be paid more or promoted faster, you have to increase the value of the work that you do.
spare time, you're working your day job, whatever it is that you do, nighttime, you develop your high income skill, you start earning more money. When your high income skill, let's say hypothetically you're making 2K a month from your job, okay, 2K a month, grand. And in your spare time, you're learning and developing a high income skill, whatever it is, the skill that you choose to develop. Then as your high income skill is producing and making you more money, it could be 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. Then you can quit your job and now just pursue this full time. Get it up to the 5, 6, 10, 15K a month. From there, you're making money, you're paying the bills, right? You are eating, it's a good idea to eat, right? You are taking care of your family, you've got a roof over your head, you're making good living, you're a decent living, right? Then from there, if you want to, you can think about if you want to start a business, if what is it, other options that you can pursue, but you need to get to that point first. See, the problem is with you guys watching videos on YouTube, you see all these people talking about entrepreneurship, about business. You want to get to this point overnight, or you want to get to this point without going through these steps. It doesn't fucking work. And this paralyzes you. Because from where you are to where you want to go, like you're making fucking no money, you want to buy a Rolls Royce. Give me a fucking break. Who the fuck are you, right? You need to go from here, let's get a fucking job. Let's just go from here to here. Get a fucking job. Making 1,000, 2,000 a month. From there, side hustle, right? High income skill. Go to 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 10,000. Get to that 100K a year, 200K a year. Now you are at a different place. From there, you start your business, right? You grow, you market, you sell. Then from there, you scale with your team. You get closer and closer, and then you do investing. Now you invest, you have your money work for you. Don't ask questions at this level when you're at this level.
Just a couple weeks ago, I was talking to a young man, and he goes, man, I follow you everywhere, and I want to create an info product. It's going to be a how to build muscle product, but I don't have anyone who can film the follow-along videos. And I don't have anyone who can write the copy for me. And I don't have money to buy traffic. And I don't have anyone to build a website. And I don't have the money to get the shopping cart. Wow, like, buddy, you're all out of resources, huh? Yeah, I just don't have the resources. I go, have you considered being resourceful? Well, what do you mean? Do you know what WordPress is? Yeah, it's free, and there's your website. You know what PayPal is? It's free, and that's how you collect money. But resourcefulness, this young man was under the impression that unless he had the financial resources, he couldn't build a muscle building info product. And so he had to keep working at Costco, was his complaint, right? I'm stuck at Costco. WordPress is free, buddy. PayPal is free. That iPhone there is what you use to make how-to videos. And when you do, you put them in a PDF or a password protected place on Vimeo, which is free. And then you can't afford traffic? That's okay. What if I give you the 3 biggest platforms that are willing to give you traffic? Really? Yeah. What are they? Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. You know that shit that you're hovering on all day long? Instead of being a consumer, be a creator of content. How-to free videos. And soon, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, young man, will start giving you the traffic you need. And as you build a know, like, love, and trust factor, you can move some of those people onto your free WordPress sales page to accept money from your free shopping cart so that you can call them with your phone and scale them into higher level coaching. And that's how you quit Costco and cost you nothing. And you know what he said? I just need to figure out some time. I just don't have time to do all that. So the problem is that most people have excuses. And so when I say man up, and what's the definition of man up? It's human up. It's stop making excuses, take control of your situation, and rise to your potential.
How do you choose your team? Based on what?
Well, I suppose honestly that it tends to be gut feel more than anything else. So when I interview somebody, my interview question is always the same. It's
what do you ask?
I said, tell me the story of your life. And the decisions that you made along the way and why you made them. And also tell me about some of the most difficult problems you worked on and how you solved them. And that question, I think, is very important because the people that really solved the problem, they know exactly how they solved it. They know the little details. And the people that pretended to solve the problem, they can maybe go one level and then they get stuck.
I think before we talk about scaling a business, the first question that any entrepreneur should ask themselves is, why do they want to scale? Because sometimes they think, if I want to make more money, I need to scale. Well, may not be the case. Because I do know companies, they make tens of millions of dollars. A friend of mine who has a company that makes over $50 million a year, yet their net is less than like 100K a year, right? So bigger is not always better. Better is better. So the point of scale, of course, is to make more profit, but not every business is meant to scale. And it depends on the entrepreneur's goal, the CEO's goal. Sometimes, as an entrepreneur, maybe your goal is just to have a lifestyle business, right? Have a laptop lifestyle. Hey, you know what? I just want to make a couple $100K a year. I want to be able to travel. I want to have to be a lifestyle entrepreneur. Then don't scale if that's what you want, right? So if it is what you want, then you need to consider, I'm scaling for what purpose? Why am I doing it? If you just do it for the sake of, I want to make more money, I don't think that's a good enough reason to scale. If you want to scale because, you know what, I need to have more capital so I can have better infrastructure, I can reach more people, I could serve more people, or I need that into scale in order to invest in better technology, so to turn whatever I do, take it to the next step. I think those are all good reasons to scale. But just scaling for the sake of scaling, I think that's a wrong focus. That's a mistake.
D is for delegation, and it's perhaps the most important bit of advice I can give to people who are, setting up companies or being entrepreneurial, running companies, or being managers in companies, is learn to delegate. Don't try to do it all yourself, and free yourself up to think about the bigger picture. So delegation, really important. If I hadn't learned to delegate, most Virgin companies wouldn't have existed today. By finding great people, by delegating to them, that's freed me up to look at Virgin Galactic, to look at Virgin Trains East Coast. So delegation is absolutely critical. It gives you that freedom to look after yourself, look after your family, and move your companies forward into new areas.
You have to be close to your products, close to your customers, and think about them. That's the most important, but don't forget to think about your business, what your plans are, what you want to do next, how to take your business to the next level. Again, think about being in your business, but think about your business as well.
Model someone who is already getting the results that you want. If you want to accelerate the tempo of mastery, find somebody that's already getting the result and figure out how they do it and do the same thing. Success leaves what? Clues. If someone is successful, not once, not twice, but consistently in anything, they're not lucky, they have a strategy. They may not even know their strategy, but they have one. And if you study them, you can figure out what it is, and you can save yourself decades of trial and error learning. This is the number one secret for the things in my life that have worked, that I've mastered. It's like, why? Why would I try and figure all this out when I can find the best on earth? Why am I writing the book I'm writing right now? 2008, people were wiped out financially, made me angry to see the system has not changed. Banks are doing the same things they did back then. It's a total disaster. So I thought to myself, wealthy people got even more wealthy. I'm fortunate enough to be wealthy. I did very well during that time. But not so wealthy people didn't. So I thought, how do I do something that's valuable? And I said, I'm going to give you 50 of the most influential people on the earth financially and convert their complex strategy to something average people can do. The stuff I've learned is mind-boggling, truly mind-boggling, because the wealthiest people in the world don't take big risks. I mean, you look around and you see people you think are big risk takers. You look at Richard Branson's a friend of mine. Richard Branson is not a big risk taker. He would tell you personally, his number one thing is what's the downside. In every deal he goes, what's the downside? It's his first and foremost element. Great investors learn how to get asymmetrical risk reward. That's a big word for it. They risk a little for a big return. They still take risk, but if I want to risk, I want a big return. And the average person risks to try to get an average return, and you're going to be wrong, and it's going to cost you. So I've learned so much by modeling them. You can do this with any area of your life.
Why is it that some businesses seem to practically grow overnight and make multi-millions of dollars, while other businesses that are just as great in their idea never seem to execute and grow to massive success? So let's talk about that for a moment. See, after having coached over 9,000 businesses over the last decade and a half, I figured something out, and it's really a two-part component. Now, most people might think the difference between the successful business and the unsuccessful business is the product or the idea, or in fact that the successful business owner might have a better marketing funnel or process, or they might have a greater sales system, when in reality, the playing field has never been more level than it is today, right? The information is out there. Everybody can get the information they need to become a better marketer, a better lead generator, a better funnel creator, a better structure of sales, right? You can grow a team locally or remotely off-site, so you certainly can't say that it's a lack of money and I can't grow a team like my competitor does, because you can grow a team off-site, offshore, and pay pennies on the dollar. But what is the real difference between the unsuccessful and successful is actually two simple things. See, the successful people take massive action and they do it till it gets done. And let me give you an example of both of these things. Now, as a business coach, when you give advice to someone, it comes with a caveat, right? You might give an advice, or you might show them a process or a system to get more leads, make more sales, scale their business faster. But really, all those things come with a little chink. And what I mean by that is there might be unpredictable things, what I call road bumps, that get in the way from you deploying it the way I would want you to deploy your system or process. Now, the person who's typically unsuccessful in their business, they'll try it once, maybe twice, half-heartedly, without any passion or purpose or enthusiasm behind it. And the moment they run into a tiny little barrier, they stop, give up, go back to the drawing board, and seem to look for some other magical solution that doesn't exist, right? Whereas the person who's successful is determined, is definitive, and bullheaded. And they simply take action. They take massive action, no matter how many roadblocks they get, no matter how many barriers come up in front of them. They take massive action until they get the desired outcome.